So today I'll be reviewing Pokémon Journeys episode 51, Farfetch'd's Great Trial. This was a pretty battle-focused episode, with Farfetch'd being the main Pokémon involved. We were also introduced to a new character who seemingly also is here to help with Farfetch'd's development. But before we get into that, let's start from the beginning. So the episode starts off with a new intro, introducing lots of things that we already know about the Pokémon World Championships, and we find out that Ash's current rank is 415. And this means that they skipped a whole bunch of battles. Since the last time we saw Ash's rank, it was 975, and that was before he even battled B. So this makes me wonder if they just skipped episodes because the anime went on break and they were forced to cut some, or if they just didn't bother animating these battles, and that would be pretty disappointing. They probably weren't major battles, but they would have been nice to see. That aside, let's talk about the episode. So it starts off with Ash training his Pokemon, and then Goh says that he wants to go to Rock Tunnel since there's a Geodude outbreak, and he wants to catch one and evolve it. So Ash decides to join him and go along, and as Farfetch'd is training, he hits a rock and a Geodude pops out just like how they do in the games, and Goh instantly catches the Geodude. No surprise there. So after that, Ash tells Goh that Farfetch'd is trying to be a League Master, which according to Ash is the mightiest Farfetch'd expert at fighting with a League. So then Farfetch'd sends Ash flying, which I don't really get. It's the second time he's done that this episode. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like a running gag, or if Farfetch'd just doesn't like Ash, but I'm assuming it's just a running gag. So that aside, after that, Ash meets Genba, who's participating in the World Championships, and he says that he was watching Farfetch'd and was impressed, and so he challenges Ash to a battle, and this is a 1v1 with Farfetch'd versus Genba's Girder. And so this was a battle between two fighting types. It was pretty even for most of the battle, although Genba's Girder was more skilled, and at one point just hammers Farfetch'd and sends it flying into the rocks. But Farfetch'd gets back up and uses focus energy and then charges in using Fury Cutter before Ash even says anything. Then they have a brutal swing clash, which Farfetch'd wins by breaking Girder's steel beam. So Ash wins the battle and moves up to rank 381, and I'd say he needs about 2 or 3 more battles until he moves up to Hyper Class, and hopefully we actually get to see those battles, because I don't want another situation where he just moves up and he's in the middle of Hyper Class. Because I think if Ash is going to eventually end up in the Masters 8 of the Pokémon World Championships, we need to see him earn it by having lots of battles. So after the battle, right before Genba leaves, he says that Ash's Farfetch'd looks like it's hungry for more battle, and tells Ash that he has the eyes of a real warrior, and that it's a Pokemon well worth raising. And this is all foreshadowing for what's to come later in the episode, and because, as we know, Farfetch'd has an evolution. So after that, Farfetch'd gets back to training, and then a Gallade appears and Goh tries to catch it. But then its trainer comes out and we find out that his name is Rinto and he's been observing Farfetch'd, and he says Farfetch'd was rough and unrefined in battle and that it didn't seem aware of its surroundings, but it won due to its sheer power. Then Goh asks him if he's here to offer advice, but Rinto says that he doesn't even know what compelled them to come and lecture Ash, but he challenges Ash and Farfetch'd to a battle and says that Farfetch'd doesn't seem to understand what's most essential. So as the battle starts, Gallade is easily able to block and dodge all of Farfetch'd attacks, and then eventually takes it out with a single double edge. But after the battle, Rinto says that Ash's Farfetch'd holds immense potential, but it's a shame about its inadequacy. And as he's leaving, he says that the next time they meet, he hopes to see them battling in unison. And the episode ends with Ash saying that he'll help Farfetch'd train to be a League Master, and that by training with a League, they'll understand each other better and beat Rinto next time. I'm not sure if Rinto's going to be a rival or a sort of master to Ash, since I thought Wilkstrom would play that role in the feature episode, but Rinto in this episode kind of acted like how a rival would, while also acting like someone who's just trying to teach Ash and Farfetch'd, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with him later on. I don't think this is an Alon type character that Ash is going to have to overcome. I think he'll probably beat him in his next battle. I think B is definitely Ash's established rival, but he may have something to do with Wilkstrom, who's going to show up eventually. Overall, I think this was a pretty good episode. The last Pokemon World Championships episode was episode 39, literally over 20 episodes ago. And the last time Ash used Farfetch'd in battle was episode 34 when he lost to B. But in this episode, he won a battle and lost the battle, so I'm not sure if Farfetch'd has actually improved. Overall, I thought this was a great episode with nice setup for the future, and I like the character introduction of Rinto. So I give this episode an 8 out of 10. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and bye.